All right, hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Grind Grand Rapids and Lansing co-promoted event for our Global Pitch Battle. This is our local edition where we are showcasing the 3 startups that are going to the Global Pitch Battle coming up in September and October. So just gonna get right into the format. We're gonna give the startups up to 10 minutes to do their pitches, followed by Q&A from our panel. First, however, we're gonna get some intros to those that are sitting on our panel. I'd like to start with Ruben, as he is an incoming chapter director for the city of Lansing.
Hi, everyone. Ruben Levinson, and looking forward to getting more involved with Startup Grind here, and Corey and Shay as they transition me into the Lansing role, and working with Corey on future events like this. And my background, I've been an entrepreneur since I was quite young. I've launched and exited a couple businesses prior to about age 30. And then at 30, I became a financial advisor, built a nice wealth management firm with my partner, Nick. And then in the last few years, we launched and spun off a venture company where we do early stage investing and incubating, pretty active investing, incubating startup companies. Angie Pope, who's on here, and you'll get her introduction, is my partner in the venture company.
Awesome, Ruben, thank you so much. We'll do Angie, and then we'll finish off with Tops.
Sure. Angie Pope here. I am, this is my first Startup Grind event, so I'm excited to be a part of it. I have been involved with many of pitches, though, and had to pitch the company that Ruben had mentioned, Linko Language Labs, which I'm currently involved with as a co-founder as part of Washington Avenue Ventures. So we've been working with that early stage company, getting them through their ideation, their beta, and we have launched a product now. So I've been working with that company for a couple of years. Prior to that, I was also a financial advisor, which is where I met Ruben and did that. And I was in the beginning phases of a division and also a separate startup down in Indianapolis. We started up a scratch agency, so a brand new agency down there. So that has been my involvement.
Awesome, thanks so much. Really appreciate you joining us. And Tops, it's so great to make your acquaintance. This is the first time that I've actually met you, but thank you for being willing to be on our panel tonight. And let's share a little bit about your background.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. My name is Tapan Katari. I go by Tops. Appreciate you guys invited me. I'm currently the program manager for MetLife Digital Accelerator, which is powered by Techstars. Previously, I ran my own accelerator with Backstage Capital, where I was the director. Combined, for past 2 to 3 years, I've been doing a lot of angel investing and been investing through Techstars and Backstage Portfolio. Have about portfolio 40 companies under my belt, and we're just announcing our next batch of companies next week. So super excited, looking forward to, listening to 3 amazing pitches and provide any feedback as I can.
All right. So as I said, we have the 3 startups that are going to be pitching tonight. I've given each one of you the co-host ability, and so you can share your screens. We're going to start with Kim, right?
Audio. Thanks. Really appreciate that. It's so great to see everybody here. Just going to start my slideshow here. Hang on. How many of you have been touched personally by the heartbreaking disease of Alzheimer's? What if you had a treatment that could dramatically improve and even reduce the effects of the disease? Hi, I'm Kim Levine, founder CEO of Hugenus, a digital health company bringing a patent-pending non-drug treatment for Alzheimer's to 46 million desperate sufferers globally. Now, as easy as putting on glasses, sufferers can reduce the plaque in the brain that causes memory loss up to 50%. We're leveraging cutting-edge research out of MIT, proving in clinical trials that stroboscopic therapy works and offers an alternative to ineffective and costly drug therapy. Stroboscopic technology is not new, but its application to Alzheimer's, whoops, I'm gonna go back here, hang on a second. Need to see this slide. Stroboscopic technology is not new, but its application to Alzheimer's is. NASA developed it, and there are Decades of clinical and university research showing that it improves cognitive performance by up to 50%. We're heading off the next global pandemic. There are 46 million sufferers currently, and that number is going to triple in the next 20 years. 1 in 3 seniors will die, yet there is no cure, there are no effective drugs, and the medical profession is not prepared. Current approved pharmaceuticals only treat the symptoms, not the cause. Plus, they're expensive, costing an average of $450 per month. 2 major pharmaceutical companies saw their new drugs fail in stage 3 clinical testing in the last year. There's nothing new in the pipeline for 7 years. Our patent pending MemorySpecs, supporting telemedicine platform, and proprietary SaaS portfolio provide a safe, effective, one-stop treatment protocol for 46 million desperate Alzheimer's sufferers who currently have no hope. Altered gamma rhythms in AD are due in part to the toxic accumulation of a SNP protein called amyloid beta, resulting in fewer neurons firing in synchrony. This neuron synchrony is called the gamma rhythm. Clinical studies by MIT have shown that 40 hertz of stroboscopic stimulation activated genes in brain cells called microglia, which are part of the brain's immune system, which eat harmful beta amyloid plaque accumulation. Our safe and non-invasive MemorySpecs simultaneously deliver 40 hertz of stimulation to the visual cortex and 40 hertz of audio stimulation to the hippocampus, creating gamma oscillations, which create invisible brain waves, which clear plaque and reduce and even reverse AD symptoms by up to 50%. We're going beyond delivering an alternative treatment through our wearable tech. We're also building an AI-powered doctor-patient platform, creating a new system of patient care, including cost control and early intervention. We're poised to gain first-to-market advantage over competitors like MIT, addressing an unprecedented and unserved need. We have defensible IP with 20 patent claims, including design and utility. We're a consumer-facing digital health company, an FDA Class 1 device comparable to dental floss. We've raised $750,000 to date, including 6 doctor investors who've done a deep dive on the supporting research. We're currently being vetted by a global pharmaceutical company with operations in 200 plus countries to create a strategic partnership, giving us access to R&D, manufacturing, and distribution channels while taking a non-equity position. Early adopters of our tech include NBA MVP Steph Curry, the new Michael Jordan of basketball, who credits his success to practicing in our glasses. Premier Research Hospital Cedars-Sinai conducted a successful clinical trial using our tech in their surgical simulation lab. The MSRP of MemorySpecs is $2,900 with a monthly subscription rate of $50 for an average of 5 years. In comparison, the current average out-of-pocket cost for AD caregivers is $250,000, and the average monthly cost of drugs that don't work is $450. Our founders have a demonstrated track record for bringing innovative ideas to the global marketplace. I've spent over 4 years pioneering medical, consumer, and military markets for our tech. I'm a critically acclaimed best-selling business author featured on the Today Show, Rachel Ray, CNN, CNBC, and Oprah, to name a few. We're raising $2 million in seed money with a short, clearly defined path to profitability, with a forecasted $205 billion year 5 exit using an EBITDA multiple of 15, capturing 15% of the AD market. Imagine if your loved one could use this life-saving technology tomorrow in the comfort of their own home without a prescription for as little as 20 minutes a day. Together we can stop this global pandemic, saving millions of lives while bringing hope to millions who are desperate and afraid. Will you join us? Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. I like that We Could Be Heroes, nod to David Bowie there. I like that. If that's what that.
Yeah.
Let's do the Q&A in the order of the introductions. So we'll do Ruben, Angie, and then Tops. And then if anyone in the audience has questions they want to type into chat, I'm sure that we might be able to have time for one or two good questions there. So with that, I'll let you lead the way, Ruben.
Thank you, Kim. Nice presentation. Two quick questions, and I might have more if we have time, but where are you guys at in the clinical trials on this?
So our patent published in April, and we're in the middle of updating our prototypes with our new design that we filed for, and then COVID-19 hit, and that put a significant delay in all prototyping. So we vetted the facilities, and we have the doctors. The doctors that have invested in the company are all based outside of Chicago, and they've already vetted it. But we've met with this global pharmaceutical company twice. We've had 2 good meetings, and we are expected to pitch them again on September 2nd, and then we're expected to pitch their board of directors on September 28th. And if things go well, they told us to expect a term sheet from them by the end of September. So the great thing is they already have R&D, and they can expedite any clinical trials we're doing. We are an FDA Class 1 device. We believe firmly that we don't need to have clinical trials to take our product to market. The desperation for this technology is so intense. People are posting 40 hertz flashing videos on YouTube. We've already been contacted by distributors in Germany, Japan, Brazil, all over, who are interested in our tech. So, but we believe that we can execute a successful clinical trial by the end of the year.
Great. So maybe that answers the second part of my question. The 40 hertz stimulation to reduce the plaque, that's already happening, right? Like that's already a proven fact, or there's no theory in that?
So MIT published a study in Nature, which proved, they did a study in mice that showed that the 40 hertz actually cleared the plaque in the brain that causes Alzheimer's. And I can send you, there's just decades of research. I can send you that. So the addition of 40 hertz of audio is critical, and that's delivered through white noise. And we're in a race to market. The researchers from MIT turned around and founded a company called Cognitive Therapeutics, and they raised $10 million. And they have, at the time they were delivering this therapy in their clinical human trial, which was successful. In fact, here's a quote from one of the participants' husbands who said it worked for him and all the other people in the trial. But they flew these patients to Boston and put them in a chair that vibrated and flashed lights that they admitted buying off of Amazon at them. They're struggling to develop the device to deliver the therapy. And we heard from last month from a group of investors in Austin that they contracted a pretty high-powered, successful company in product design in Silicon Valley, and they came to blows, and they are not advancing. So we're literally in a race to market with them.
That makes sense. And there are obviously huge implications here, so it's worth the race, it sounds like. I guess I had one more little question. What were the terms of your $2 million seed round?
Well, we're looking at a convertible note, and that's the maximum we're going to raise. There's a possibility that the global pharmaceutical company could satisfy our capital needs. Obviously, we'd like to raise some amount of money by the end of September, and we're prepared to offer a limited amount of preferred shares. Our preferred shares have extremely attractive benefits to them, including a $1 conversion rate, non-dilution, first priority, and they're just once in a lifetime shares. So if you're interested, please let me know. We'd like to raise at least $250,000 by the end of September, just so we can have a little leverage over them. We also took a meeting last week with Sony Innovation Fund, who reached out to us through Startup Grind, which was really great. And we are talking to some other VC, but our goal is to execute a some kind of a licensing or revenue sharing agreement with this pharmaceutical and keep the company very closely held by a handful of shareholders.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Angie.
Sure. I had a question about just a piece of the story I was interested in was how did you end up getting involved with this? Do you have a personal connection?
No, that's a
with
great
this?
story. So, no, I have an autistic son, and there's early indication that this technology can apply to a variety of neurological disorders, okay? But I've helped so I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've sold product into almost every major retailer in America, best-selling products. I've shipped containers out of China. I've designed products. My book was called Mommy Millionaire. It was my story of how I took my kitchen table idea to a $10 million valuation in 2 years and sold into every major retailer. So I've helped put subsequently a lot of successful products into retail, some household names through my consulting business. And one of the companies that contracted me was a company called Sensory Tech. That was 4.5 years ago, and I eventually became the co-founder, partner, and CFO in that company, and that's where I developed my interest in this technology. So we were at that time, so I left that company in 2018 in February. I founded this company, and back then, companies called Sensory Tech, we were already talking to the FBI and special forces and things like that. And Cedars-Sinai did a successful clinical trial using our technology in their surgical simulation lab. There's so many applications of this technology. And the trial in the surgical simulation lab, I was like, you know, the doctor had these ridiculous, I mean, really wonderful 20% improved surgical results across the board. And I thought, geez, as a CFO, even if we deliver 5% increased surgical results, that's 5% reduced hospital stays, 5% reduced insurance costs, 5% reduced fatalities. How, you know, the numbers are so huge. They're big. So this is one application of our technology, just one. You know, we could take this into many different applications. And, you know, eventually as the mother of an autistic child, hopefully that will be next. But we realize this is the lowest hanging fruit with the greatest need. And literally 1 in 3 seniors will die in 3 years. And the front line that is handling this now are general practitioners, and they don't know anything about this. There's no real training. And, you know, our AI decisions telemedicine platform is just going to be, you know, a one-stop shop for them. They can just plug in to our resources.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we have the
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So Tops, do you have a last question?
Yeah. By the way, great presentation. Did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Congrats on everything you've done so far. Just a quick couple questions here. And I'll just ask both the questions and you feel free to answer in any order you want. You did a great job defining the problem, but in terms of solution, I know it's a crowded market with a variety of solutions. And I know Google Glass is working on this. Toshiba is working on this. I think it would be really helpful if you can talk a little bit more about what your value proposition is and how you're going to use that to lean in towards your go-to-market strategy.
So our value proposition in terms of to investors?
Yeah, and towards raising $2 million.
Okay, well, we have a current valuation of $12.6 million. And we, you know, I understand Google Glass I didn't know that Google Glass was working on this technology. Obviously, it's going to be first to market. And, you know, I've already put products into the marketplace. I understand that it's easier to gain first to market advantage than it is to take market away. So, you know, our patent claims cover not just the glasses, okay? It's the one-stop treatment protocol. It's the AI-supported telemedicine platform. Our CTO, Choka Palamakotai, has 20+ years experience working in, you know, scalable AI, distributed, scalable, and parallel computing. He pretty much built the whole backend system for Blue Cross Blue Shield. You know, he has 20 years of experience working in the medical market, so building the telemedicine platform. And I think that's our strength. We're looking at it as a one whole, one whole treatment protocol that needs to be built in unison, and we're going to launch it all in unison.
Great. And just a quick question. On slide 17, I saw there was a projection slide.
Right.
It said the
So,
year one, is that this year or is that next year?
Well, it's the first. So our initial goal is to, deliver to direct to consumers through retail brick and mortar, and our target retailer would be CVS, because they have a very aggressive digital health strategy. They're opening 600 or 700 digital health hubs in the next 2 years. And all we need to do to hit our first year sales goals of 14.7 million is to get into 35 CVS stores, and they have a chain of 10,000. In comparison, when I launched my first product, I launched it into all 250 Saks stores at one time. So we think we're building a really, reasonable sales forecast here. We're forecasting a 200 billion year 5 exit, using EBITDA multiple of 15 on our revenues at that time, and capturing 15% of the market. However, everything changes if we do a deal with this global pharmaceutical, because they have distribution in 200 plus countries. We can exponentially scale.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, great. And Kim, again, congratulations on finishing top 5 in Women Who Tech. That's
Yes.
not
Thank
a
you very much.
easy
That was
feat.
really exciting.
Thanks again, Kim. A little virtual round of applause for Kim.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And thank you, Corey, for this opportunity.
Absolutely, so good to see you. All right, next up we have Sydney. You should be able to take over the screen share from Kim. If not, maybe Kim can stop sharing. But Sydney, it's on to you.
All right, can you hear me and see my screen? Awesome, okay. So hi everyone, I'm Sydney, founder of Techquity. So 3 years ago, I attended Black Women Talk Tech, fresh in my app development company, and I was actually one of the few developers in the room. Most of the tech startups there were founded by non-technical but phenomenal innovators in the tech space. So what I realized from that experience and working with over 250 entrepreneurs, startups, and small businesses, it became evident that one, non-techpreneurs needed to start validating their concepts without investing large lump sums of money or seeking funding. And two, they needed to get it done without the cost or complication of coding, since majority lacked a technical co-founder or technical expertise. So April 15th, 2020, we launched Techquity Apps. It's a subscription-based software that makes app entrepreneurship accessible and easy. Techquity is like WordPress, but for app development. You can pick popular app concepts as templates, choose app plugins by product or service, and then edit your app pages using simple drag and drop and image and text editors. So for example, you could choose a Tinder theme for social engagement, add swipe card plugin to match profiles, and create user types of recruiters, jobs, and job candidates for a brand new social app concept that would match candidates with job opportunities like a Tinder dating app platform. This app happened with Techquity. The entrepreneur spent less than $10,000 and earned $70,000 in 4 months through sales and paid partnerships. 76% of tech ideas for people of color without a technical background never come to light due to lack of resources to get a product developed, even an MVP created. The others that have worked with us have been able to use our software to validate their ideas. Some are now in the App Store, some are in the most prestigious app accelerators, and one has gone on to receive Series A funding. They all started by being able to have something to get to market and showcase their innovation. Techquity is free to try for 14 days and super affordable to subscribe to the software. You can buy premium plugins and digital assets starting as low as $10. That way, when you're paying for anything additional, it's only for your app. You're not paying for things you do not need. And if Canva and WordPress had a baby, it would be Techquity. That is going to give us some competition, but they do not create anything in the app space. However, Techquity is truly something unique. At first glance, you could think whoop-de-doo, right? Another app builder, another app course. However, our competitors are only focused on making sure your app development is simpler, even if it does not mean it's going to give you any return. 42% of startups who use our competitors make it to market, but 99% of startups who use equity apps make it to market, and here's why. When you build an app on our platform and you deploy your app, you actually deploy it native iOS and Android. What that means is we're actually deploying source code files in the native programming language of that platform to submit to the App Store. We also have our software provide warnings and flags for settings or plugin actions in your control panel that will cause your app to be rejected or cause user frustration. We provide specific graphic sizing to ensure the quality and proper rendering of your app is flexible and of quality across all size devices and generation models. But that's not even the meat of it. In October, we're launching the next version of our software. This will allow you to tailor sales, marketing, and product development, allowing startups to become a triple threat and begin building something that will be tangible and see financial results. Because we understand our audience is non-technical or first-generation business owners, especially in such a high-tech era that we're in. We are here to guide them to success in the tech industry through industry-specific project management. From pre-sales to ensure that they never launch to an empty audience, to a user acquisition strategy for user attraction and retention, and strong development plan that solves a problem that people will pay for. Our mission is to partner our software with a startup ecosystem that supports entrepreneurs of the demographic we do, so that we can get the most technical support to them, since they lack technical co-founders or have gaps in needing tech developed. Currently, we offer an app building course. That is our funnel that feeds our traffic in. They can create a free account with a free trial. Then they can follow those tasks in our software to get their app launched within a timely manner so that they use the most of their subscription. And then we get paid on a monthly basis for retaining their app hosting and providing maintenance services. To date, we've only invested $230 in marketing. This was just of recent. In the 4 months, we've just now started to get a more paid campaign going. With that, I want to mention that in the 4 months we've been in business, we've seen a 20% month-over-month growth. To date, we have 250,000 of leads in our pipeline with a current close ratio of 25%. We have earned $84,000 year-to-date in revenue with a profit of $51,000. We have started with 0 loans, 0 debt, and 0 capital. Since launching our software 4 months ago, we hit a significant milestone, a monthly recurring revenue of $1,500 a month. Now, this may not seem like much, but this number is so significant because this is the exact number of our tech stack overhead. We're very fortunate to be a very lean company with all we have is online tools to run our business with all our independent contractors working from home. So minus labor, our biggest other expense was just our tech stack, which now gets covered on a monthly recurring revenue basis. Our labor costs are $5,500 a month on average. And that team consists of myself over development operations. We have a director of partnerships that does outbound, inbound sales, a director of marketing for long-term strategy, Victoria of our marketing manager who does day-to-day marketing, and of course, financial and project management, and a nice, wealthy team of development interns. To date, we realized that we need an investment of $250,000 to advance our software infrastructure and expand our capacity. This will help us solve roadblocks for our customers and the platform. We also need to hire more technical developers as we're currently at max capacity of projects and development and client support. We aren't able to go and close those other leads because we cannot guarantee that we have the capacity to support them and give them the intimate attention that they need and support them to the best of our ability. We were founded to remove the technical and financial barrier to tech so that non-technical innovators can get to market, validation, and revenue without the debt or the headache. Thank you so much.
All right, nice job. Let's start with Ruben. Ruben, are you here?
He's here. I think he's on mute.
I was on mute. Sorry, Sydney, great job on the presentation. I just wanted to catch, when did you launch the product, your MVP, and how long has it been out in use?
4 months. April 15th is our launch.
Okay, you probably said that and I missed it. 4 months. And you've got, how did you grow your pipeline to that large number of leads? What was your main strategy?
Myself, I go live on Facebook almost on a weekly basis, and I build apps on live. I talk apps on Facebook Live. I go into Facebook groups where there's different Facebook communities of people looking to start their own tech startup or tech startup help. And I share resources, I coach, I mentor. I just extend myself to the community and I get referred and connected a lot.
That's great. That's great. Thank you.
All right, Angie.
Sure. Sydney, I just wanted to say I really liked your visuals. It was easy for me to follow and it was like a really clean presentation. So thanks. And then I did notice, just on a side note, I did notice there was just one typo on there that for your launch, it said launch was spelled wrong on October 1st, I think. So one of my questions is that you talked about your, a lot about helping startups get started. Now, would your platform also be used for established companies as well that are looking to do an app? And then would people be on the platform beyond like their MVP and proving product market fit? Could they continue just to use this product on a long-term basis, or would they eventually need to, once they reach some certain size or scale, would they need to leave your platform and create their own app?
Yeah. So yes, established businesses can use it. Sometimes people, just restaurants, they can create mobile ordering apps. It's definitely friendly for people who have established apps or any type of existing business. So that's doable. The next question to address the growth, you can stay on it for as long as you want. What would grow you out of Tequity is, one, if you're doing things like an Uber model where you need a lot of GPS, you need multi-user types like a rider, driver, marketplace type e-commerce apps, the amount of users and then traffic that would just exceed probably, if you're talking like over 100,000 type users, and notifications that need to be pushed out continuously, that would probably max us out until we can actually scale to support those level of apps. And right now we haven't had that level of demand to support investing and scaling that way.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Tops.
Yeah, great presentation. Love the visual. In 4 months, you got a lot of traction, which is great to see. Just a couple of questions here. One, I don't know if I missed this. I don't know if you covered your business model slide. Like, how is it a subscription charge, or do you take money on transaction base?
It is. No problem. So it is a subscription base so users can try the app for free and do their app on their own. You pick a theme, do a website, like you would do a WordPress, and you just pay us monthly to basically host your app. We host it on the App Store. So it means if iOS 14.2 came out, we make sure your app is up to date. We update all the plugin features. That's what you pay for. Now, some people don't want to build their own app. They're like, yep, I know you made it easy, but I still want you to do it. That's where majority of that sales came from, is people still pay us to do it. And those prices are anywhere from $3,500 to $8,500, plus still a subscription fee.
And right now, the customers that you have, are they more leaning towards the $149 a month, or are you personally building a lot of them, the custom model?
I'm personally building a lot of the apps. So on our plan now, as we're just kind of still fresh, is trying to make people feel comfortable and trying to build it themselves. As much as we check with how easy it is, we understand app development still takes a little bit of logic thinking, and that's where us improving our software to help people understand how to really build an app that's successful and that will work and function, and more themes, of course, that fit the industry. So we do have people who just subscribe to the 149, but we have a lot of that whole lead pipeline of 250,000 proposals, that people who want us to do the apps for them on our software.
Yeah, thank you. That's definitely amazing. Personally, you're targeting someone like me. There are a lot of companies out there in this space who are trying to do something very similar, but I think the biggest struggle there is, like, after a point, your life cycle becomes really small, because once they start growing, they leave the platform and go and do something on their own. But yeah, thank you for sharing. The presentation was amazing. Thank you.
Awesome. Sydney, thank you so much for reaching out and submitting your application. Congratulations, virtual round of applause for Sydney. In such a short amount of time, some really solid traction. Congratulations, that's not easy to pull off. All right, last startup is with Gaurav. Go ahead.
All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
All right, hi, my name is Gaurav, and thank you for joining us today. So Kim and Sydney, great job on the presentation. So my company is DC Wellness, DBA My Life Well. So a quick intro about the company. We are actually focusing on the 4.5 trillion wellness industry, with the wellness tourism and the physical activity industry being the primary targets. Our vision is actually to be the one-stop shop for all the wellness clients by providing solutions at every stage of their wellness journey. Our mission is to help improve personal and social well-being for people all over the world. And in doing so, the value that we are adding is we are actually eliminating the pain points experienced by the wellness suppliers as well as the wellness customers by streamlining a customer's end-to-end journey through an easy-to-use platform. So talking about the problem, I guess everyone knows that, we are living in an unwell world. Taking my own personal example, I can say that, trying to start a startup with like 2 kids at home is not easy. So now more than ever, we can agree that we need more health and wellness in our lives. But I would like to draw attention to some of the stats, and these are pre-COVID stats, right? So a recent Gallup survey showed that 1/3 of the employees felt burnt out. Unhealthy diet contributes to almost 700,000 deaths in the US alone. And you can see that the probability of a marriage ending in divorce is almost 50% due to personal and professional stress. Now, continuing on the same note, there are global trends that are affecting wellness. I would just like to highlight a couple of them. So one of them is technology. We are connected 24/7 these days, whether it's through a laptop, mobile, tablets. There is no personal space for yourself to take a break. Another quick one I would like to highlight is that more and more women are joining the workforce, which obviously has an impact on the work-life balance and the family balance. And the third trend I would like to highlight is, increasingly unhealthy lifestyles, which of course, we just saw the numbers on that. Those were pre-COVID stats. Now, if you think about what COVID has done, it has just accelerated, most of these trends. Some of them are long work days. So there are 2 different studies that have proved that long work days can be bad for heart, as well as increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. Increased stress. So a recent survey, which was done just a couple of months back, showed that almost 70% of the people say that this is the most stressful time of their professional career. And there have been a stark increase in new prescriptions for antidepressants and anti-anxiety and other medications. And increased marital disputes. Again, there is just no personal space anymore. So the number that we just saw above, that, almost 50% of the marriages can end in a divorce, it's been predicted that, once the courts are fully open, it can actually jump even higher. So these are some alarming stats that we can't ignore anymore. So what's the solution? Now, we are not saying that, our platform can just come out and help all of these issues. What we are saying is that it can definitely reduce the severity of the issues and have a positive impact on the customers as well as employees. The employers can benefit from this program as well, and so can the wellness suppliers, like the wellness resorts and the wellness stores. So how do we do it, right? So My Life Well is actually a unique wellness marketplace platform focused on 3 core pillars. The first pillar is Live Well, that focuses on online programs to support a healthy lifestyle. The second one is Travel Well, which focuses on active and wellness vacations. And the third one is Shop Well, that focuses on wellness products to lead and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So a quick dive into all the three segments. On the LiveWell side, the customers can have access to on-demand library of videos as well as live classes. They will also have the ability to book private one-on-one sessions across all the gamut of the wellness options, be it yoga, fitness, meditation, stress management, relationship management. We will also have wellness coaching packages on the platform to help the subscribers who really need wellness coaching. Travel well. So what is wellness travel? I mean, travel is widely regarded as one of the best stress busters, but planning travel itself is a very stressful activity. And in a post-COVID world, it's actually even more stressful because you just don't know where to go and what kind of precautions, whether that state, city, or the resort is taking to make sure that everyone stays safe. Not only that, like how often does it happen that you come from a vacation, or even while you are on a vacation, you feel like taking a vacation from a vacation because you tend to overeat, you tend to party, you tend to drink, so much planning, shopping involved. So travel itself can take a lot of stress on your body, but not anymore. So study shows that incorporating a wellness activity like yoga, meditation, or any active adventure, hiking, fitness can really improve your overall experience and reduce stress. In a scientific research study done, it was found that 1 week of a wellness retreat focusing on different wellness activities had significant improvements in everything from weight, blood pressure, and mental health. And with our travel advisor program, again, as I said, these days it's hard to trust and find the package. So we also have a travel advisor program that can help anyone, find the right package and take the stress out of all the planning. And the third component is, of course, shop well. So what this does is completes the circle, whether you're planning for travel or you just want to stay at home and, perform your fitness or meditation exercises, you will be able to buy all the products that you need to support a healthy lifestyle, from fitness gear to meal delivery, essential oils, home decor, and stuff like that. These are quick brand partner highlights. So in the past few months, we have been able to form partnerships with one of, most of the big brands in the wellness industry. So for example, Hilton Head and Eupatia, which are actually voted #1 and #2 wellness resorts in the US, are on the platform. Canyon Ranch is one of the biggest brands in the industry. We have Equinox Hotels, Carillon Miami. And so the unique part about this platform is that not only we have travel packages, by these brands, they are also providing us content for the digital side, right? So they're providing us content for on-demand videos. They'll be doing live streaming on a platform. So till date, for example, the fitness classes from Carillon Miami that you can access only with the stay over there, now you can access them on our platform. Ananda in the Himalayas, you can access their yoga and meditation programs on our platform. So these are exclusive content that you won't be able to find on any other platform. Quick look on the market size and trends. Well, it's a really huge industry. The tourism industry was worth actually $650 billion back in 2017. And the physical activity plus the products industry was worth $800 billion in 2018. So the travel industry is supposed to touch $1 trillion by 2023, whereas the LiveWell plus ShopWell component industry is going to touch $1.1 trillion in 2023. North America accounts for the biggest market share in the industry. Looking at the market size again, we believe that almost 639 million trips were booked in 2017, and by 2025 we'll see it jumped up to almost 1.2 billion plus trips. We are expecting to have a serviceable market of almost 150 million plus trips by 2025. Same thing on the physical activity side. Based on the projections, we are thinking we can address almost 200 million plus transactions in 2025 in that industry. So coming to the business model, how does it work? The LiveWell section, we have subscriptions. So there'll be it will range around $20 to $30 per month to access the live on-demand and live programs. And we take 15% commission on any one-on-one sessions, with the customer that the customers can schedule with the practitioners, or if there are any digital products that are sold on a platform, we take 15% commission on that. On the travel side, again, we'll have a subscription model for the wellness travel, the travel advisor and the wellness coach. And then we take 12 to 15% commission on all the trips which are booked on the platform. And on the Shopwell side, we take around 15 to 20% commission on all the products sold. A quick look at the roadmap. So currently we are live as mytripwell.com. So in another 10 days, you will actually see that the MyTripwell is replaced by MyLifeWell. So we are going to do the soft launch in the next 10 days. And then we're going to start with a lot of PR and marketing campaigns to focus on customer acquisition. We'll finally launch all the online and live videos and campaigns, everything in November. From there on, we'll be launching the Shopwell component in December and take it from there.
I'm really sorry, but because of time, can you move to your ask?
Sure. So we have raised 700,000 till date, and we are asking for 1 million by October, so we can actually, as I mentioned, based on the roadmap, focus most of it on the marketing side. We will have all the products launched and everything set up by then. In terms of exit strategy, recently the Mirror was acquired by Lululemon, and then we had other comparables, but we are not really thinking about exit strategy right now. We'll look into all of that in 5 years from now. This was just a list of quick target media that we're highlighting for the soft launch.
Rob, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Sorry to have cut you off there a little bit, but some of that stuff that you had to skip over, I'm sure we'll cover in the Q&A, and I want to make sure that we're staying on time. So Ruben, I'll let you begin.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. I'd like to hear a little bit about the team, if you want to go to that slide.
Yeah. So myself, I've actually launched 2 brands back in India. Most recently, I was actually working with Kellogg as a senior manager in IT. And I'm a certified accountant. I heard that, most of you actually come from a finance background. At Kellogg's, I was actually managing $100 million for them. I have an MBA, and I have a personal passion for the wellness industry. Being, born and brought up in India, wellness is something which is almost ingrained in our culture. So I always wanted to get into this industry. And then we have Kiran, who was actually, from the last 6 years, she was running a wellness travel agency. So she has contacts with most of the big brands in the industry. She knows the industry in and out. So she knows the customer side as well as the vendor side. So she helps bridge that gap, bringing the vendors on board as well as, streamlining the operations from the customer service point of view. We are looking for a chief marketing and technology officer. Right now, everything is outsourced. So we have, agencies, marketing agencies focused on their specific roles. And so we have all the tech leads and BAs. It's just outsourced to a company.
And go ahead.
And just on the advisor side, we have the CIO of North America on our board of advisors, and she helps us, with all the corporate programs that we are planning to launch on the wellness side. But we are still looking for 2 more advisors, one on the wellness side and the other one actually on the marketing side.
What does your competitive landscape look like?
Yeah. So what I would say, so on the digital side, you must have seen there are so many new platforms coming up now, especially in the post-COVID world. And we hear a lot from the customers. We just don't know where to go because there are so many options. And you will see that one platform focuses only on fitness. The other one is only on meditation. The third one is only on yoga, right? Same thing with travel. There are hardly 4 or 5 platforms in the world that focus on wellness travel. And even they are focused, they are either focused on retreats or they are focused on hotels. What we are doing is we are actually consolidating everything into one platform So the customer really doesn't have to subscribe to like 4 or 5 different platforms. It is an end-to-end platform streamlining the journey, as well as like, you know, we are creating a loyalty program so they can stay on the platform, earn points for everything they do on the platform. But currently we don't have a single player in the industry who is actually combining these 3 components of wellness into one platform.
Cool. Now we have to move on. Angie?
Sure. One quick question for you is I noticed that there are some subscriptions, and I'm curious as to who your target market would be for these platforms. Do you have someone in mind?
Yes. So our target market is primarily it's going to be women in the age range of 30 to 60. Based on our research, that's like, you know, we anticipate almost 70% of the subscriptions coming from that market. But at the same time, you know, millennials are very wellness focused. Like, you know, they like to take short trips and focus, like, you know, give them that much needed break. So we have the target markets as per millennials, the soccer moms, and the corporate segment as well. But to begin with, the large chunk would be coming from that, you know, female audience between 30 and 60.
Thank you.
All right, and Tops?
Yeah, great presentation. Just a quick question. What was the decision-making process between, you know, going B2B to C versus going B2C, right? Like, I know you said
Right.
you're looking to do subscription for B2C, versus I know the biggest pain point you saw is a lot of people are getting stressed to do work. Why not just go through the big corporations and offer this as employee benefit?
So we are already doing that. And so the platform was obviously always designed keeping the end customer in mind. Now that end customer could be an employee or it could be just an individual, you know. So definitely corporate is a huge target. In fact, in our roadmap, we have it here that the goal is to secure 3 corporate pilots before the end of this year. So we are making a big push, and that's where the CIO from Coke is actually already lining up meetings with big HR leaders from companies.
So are you gonna be talking to Coca-Cola?
Oh, as I said, so the advisor who is actually the CIO of Coke right here, so she is leading on that front and, you know, lining up meetings for us with some of the big HR leaders from different industries and companies to, you know, to showcase the corporate wellness program.
Thank you.
All right, great job. Thanks for getting those questions in a timely manner, panelists. And a round of applause for Gaurav. Thank you so much. That's good. And for the rest of our startups, really appreciate you taking the time to participate in the showcase. Really great series of startups that we get to forward on to the international pitch battle. Just a last minute pitch for Startup Grind. We are at 600 chapters in over 125 countries. Over 4.5 million people touch our brand and interact with it every single year. We have just started we just launched our startup program, which aims to really connect the international talent, advisors, technologists with funding. We do see this global pandemic as something that has helped the globalization of ideas and money and collaboration. We see that while other supply chain things might be shrinking. So feel free to reach out to myself, Corey at startupgrind.com. We have Shay at startupgrind.com. He's with the Lansing chapter as well. And then we're excited to have Ruben and his team join us. So if anyone's interested in seeing the presentations from today, getting in touch with the founders, feel free to reach out to me or Shay or Ruben, and we'll make those connections. Thank you again, everyone. Last virtual round of applause, and so good to see all your faces.